Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Laura Canfield Show, the Awaken to Happiness Now Global Series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And my good friend Jimmy Mack is back with us today. And we're talking about dispelling the negative and dark energies from your money and your life. And, you know, whenever we work with Jimmy, it's always so much fun. So he's going to be doing one-on-one work with all of you. So get ready for that. We're going to talk about, are you divinely aligned with the frequencies of money in all forms? Do you believe there is negative energy attached to your money flows? Have you learned all the lessons that you needed to from having a lack of money? And does being caught up in struggling with money issues still serve you? No. So for those of you who don't know Jimmy Mack is a renowned medical intuitive and spiritual life coach who has had decades of working with clients and pets around the globe on a wide range of challenges, diseases, and disorders. He has practiced a variety of modalities over many years, including Reiki Master, Psychic Development courses, remote viewing, Ascension with the Monks, Theta Healing, Access Consciousness, Reconnective Healing, and various courses in the UN method. He's also a certified practitioner 3 in Matrix Energetics and a certified shaman with a doctorate in divinity. So there's so much more about Jimmy that you want to know, but I know, since we've been working with Jimmy for the past year or since last year, I guess, I've really enjoyed our calls, our chats, your work, which is really helpful as well. And Jimmy created a simpler way to create healing, profound transformational changes, which is now known as My Liquid Fish, Change Made Simple. And his own transformational healing modality, practice, etc., is part of what we're going to be using today. He also has his own show, the Jimmy Mack Healing Show. He's the author of 9 books, over 25 energetic clearing and healing audio MP3s, and so much more. And so we're so glad that Jimmy's back with us today, because I know so many of you are wanting to work with Jimmy, because I think even last time we couldn't get to everybody. It was just like there were a lot of requests. So if you do want to work with Jimmy today, please raise your hand or type in the chat. Don't just unmute yourself, because that won't work. So only when I ask you to, okay? So Jimmy, welcome back to the show.
Yes, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. It's always fun. You mix it up, so it's all good.
Yeah, it's always so much fun to mix it up and do something different, and and just play around, right? It doesn't have to be so serious, right? Even though
I agree.
The topic that we have for today is a bit serious. So do you want to start talking about that while people are still jumping on and joining?
Sure, yes. And so even while you're mentioning those things, of course, I'm clearing you and I both to make sure we don't have all that. But people get caught up, in the belief piece. And, it's kind of like if you darned if you do and darned if you don't as far as belief goes. So if you've grown up around, poverty consciousness or parents that might have been really chintzy with money or your allowance, then you end up taking that vibrational piece on for the long haul, and you don't know what you don't know. And so we figured out pretty quick in what we're doing now. And if we can just create those little shifts and changes and delete out some of the negative, download some more positive, people are shocked at their results. And I'm always amazed. I'm like a little kid with it, so I never know what we're going to get. But when people come at us, I'm just chatting with spirit to figure out what's the best way to go with that for them. But yeah, I mean, and I know this whole week, we got Halloween in the USA, full moon, Mercury retrograde. It's just nuts, Yeah. And so, that's part of it. Of course, you want to clear out things like that so that they don't affect us today. I know we did a Zoom event last night, and it was all we could do to get it underway, and it's like, wow. And it was on dark energy. So duh, what do you think was blocking us, right? So kind of funny. So just to get the word out there, but you've known me a while now. All I care about is deleting the negative, downloading more positive for people, and seeing what we can all, get together and change together.
Yeah.
And especially one-on-one is really where I excel. And so even today, I'm just laying here with my eyes closed, and I get the strongest messages one-on-one with people doing that. They're so funny because they always want to say, I want to see your picture or Zoom or Skype or whatever. They might be a European client. And I'm like, all you're going to see is me laying in bed with my cat with my eyes closed and changing things for you. So you're not missing out on a whole lot, you know, so it's kind of funny.
And
but
that's,
yeah,
and that's
so,
the important part, right? The important part is that you're working and changing the energy, clearing out the energies, right? So that's what we want,
100%.
right?
And I don't care if I had to stand on my head or you had to face east and me west, whatever it takes, you know. But I've been doing it a long, long time, and so I just go with what I know is going to work most for the folks.
Yeah.
And you're like me, you know, you're doing this. This isn't our hobby. This is what we live. And we're all about being benevolent, loving, and kind and contributing to folks. And so that's it. And so we just go, you know, 7 days a week around here. And any chance we get to help folks out, that's what we do. And, you know, there's energy in everything. You know this. But for those who are listening, if you're depressed, if you have an issue with your money, relationship, work, job, career, whatever it is, you know, call in, write in. We'll work on that for you because it's all energy at the end of the day. So short of rocks, you know, I work on pets every day around the world. So, you know, there's energy in all of it. And that's what it's all about. And, you know, I tell folks, if you're going into labor, you break your arm, you break water, you get in a car wreck, whatever, go to the hospital, don't call me, you know. But if you've had 2 and 3 MRIs and you're on 5 meds and nothing's working, boy, you got nothing to lose to try it out, right? So chances are it could be energetic. And you and I have even worked together, and, you know, you've noticed changes. And I never know what I'm going to get, but it's always fascinating. And hell, it's fun. You know, I'm like a little kid about it. So.
So let's have some fun. I wanted to talk just really briefly before we get to the questions, because we already have some people with their hands raised. But what do you mean, or, you know, can you explain to people about being divinely aligned with the frequencies of money in all forms? And I think that that part too is really particular, the all forms. Yep.
So all forms to me being aligned with it. Of course, you're out of Europe. I'm in the US. So we'd have dollar, you might have euro. Those are the different forms I'm referring to. So regardless of whether it's paper, there's electronic money, you know, PayPal, as you know, credit card, debit card, checks. I mean, any form of where there's a financial exchange is where we want to be, and really line us up with the in-between of that energy. And if you can do that, everything can shift and change, because now you're more receptive and more open to greater possibility coming your way, and certainly more financial windfall.
Awesome. So how do we align with the frequencies of money?
Well, I'm doing it right now as we talk, so it isn't anything that folks need to really prepare for or work on, but there is a frequency involved in that. And I'm really aligning everybody today that hears the sound of my voice, or even the replay, that they'll end up with this and be aligned with it. So it can only help them as far as all that goes. But it's an energetic little movement. And of course, it has to do with My Liquid Fish. So we're just changing it for folks as we come on.
So I wanted to share just really quickly something that had happened with me this week, you know, or, you know, I guess it was started the week before, but one of my credit cards, I couldn't use it. Like nothing would go through. And I'm like, well, I wonder what's going on. Is it because I changed my phone? Because I changed my phone. Is it because I changed my phone? You know, it's like, I didn't know what it was, but my energy was not going into, oh my God, why is this happening? And it's like, oh, this must mean that I'm not supposed to do this or have this or whatever, you know? So it's like, okay, you know, it's like, well, let me call the bank and find out. So I did. And they said, well, no, it should be fine, blah, blah, blah. It ended up being something really stupid. And, you know, it's my husband's fault. He had this ad blocker on my computer, right? And the ad blocker was stopping the payments from
cookies.
Going through. Yeah.
Right.
You know, so it's like, oh my goodness. And so when I was able to fix that, it's like, okay, let me take that off. And then, you know, my payments went through. It's like, awesome. You know, so it's like, so I didn't go into what's wrong with me, you know, what's wrong with my life, what's wrong with whatever. It's like, okay, it's like, there's something funny here. It's like, it should be working. So it's like, okay, but I took actions, right? I called the bank, blah, blah, blah. You know, and they said everything's fine, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, it's still not working. What else is possible, right? I asked questions and I didn't go into lack and scarcity. It's like, should work. So it's like, okay, what else could it be? Right. And so, so I stayed, into, in my high vibe that I normally am in. And then I was like, then it's like when it was like all successful, it's all good. It's like, oh, yay, freedom. I get to spend money,
Right. I love it.
But
Well, retail therapy there.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it was more about the freedom of choice, right? It's like
Yeah.
I get to choose, right? So I just wanted to share that because sometimes people can go into lack, scarcity, what's wrong with me, or maybe I'm not meant to do this or have this or whatever. It's like no, it's nothing like that.
Oh,
right?
we don't need any help. We just throw ourselves right off the cliff, right? And so yeah. And so, but I would credit that also if you pause for a moment. That's your intuition going, hey, there's might be a little computer glitch somewhere.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't need to buy this. It's not anything with me. And so that is your awareness for doing this for a very long time with a lot of great healers and intuitives around the world, right? And so you begin to pick this up like a sponge after a while, and it's like the more you do, the better it gets, right? And so that was you immediately going to, no, we'll rule out the bank, then we're going to the computer.
Yeah.
And, maybe 9 times out of 10, that's the piece, and
something
so it
minor.
It can't. Yeah, and it may not be, Daddy was mean to me when I was 5. It's like, no, not always, not always,
Yeah. And so let's talk about the negative energy attached to our money flows. It's I looked at this before myself, and it's like I don't think so. And I remember asking somebody, it's like, is there some ancestral thing with money? Like, it's like, is there? Am I cursed? I remember asking that question. Am I cursed? And the person says, no, you're not cursed, blah, blah, blah. But, the negative energy attached to money flows, is that also like to do with your beliefs and patterns and how you grew up with money and what your parents thought about money and that kind of stuff as well?
Sure. Yeah, it can be that way as well. And, there's the energy and the exchange of money too. So if somebody is writing a check or paying you begrudgingly, or they're upset with you and they pay you in spite of that, often that can take on that energy, that connotation. And so we want to clear these things out as much as we can to have that pure connection, whether it's a phone call, staticky, the computer, Zoom, Skype, whatever it may be. It's the same with that frequency of currency or money, and money in all forms is what I would call it. And so we want to change things to where that's going to be a whole lot better for everybody. And just them hearing the sound of my voice today is going to collapse the field. It's going to knock down a lot of what they got going on that's negative. It's going to upload some of the positive. And regardless, if they never get on the line today, just if they hear this, it's going to make a difference.
Awesome. Good. Thank you. And, I just want to share really quickly that when I am spending money or when I'm receiving money, both times I always say, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, and bless it. I love that.
Yeah, every single time,
Good for you.
Yeah, because it's like the money's good.
Yeah,
it's energy. It's just all energy, right?
It is. And, you don't have to be nuts about it, and you don't have to say it out loud. You could even say it under your breath or to yourself. I'm blessing this person I'm giving this money to.
Yeah.
Thank God, we'll send your husband to the grocery store. We're thankful we can get groceries today. Little things like that, just little drips and drabs. There's folks that are just wild about gratitude and all that. And the more I chat with spirit, they're like, it's like the teens, meaning like you would tip the waiter maybe 15, 20%. But, if you walk around all day, I'm so thankful, I'm in gratitude. It's like, no, shut up, get on with the business of living, right? And
you have
so
to
it's a very small part of it. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I tell folks, angels and guides and those in heaven, they're very much like to me. They're like, yeah. What else can we do for you? And so no matter how you go, oh, I'm so thankful. You guys are the best. And it's like, yeah. What else you got? Like they go that fast because the vibration is so much higher than us. Right.
Yeah.
And so they're like, go. And
awesome.
So
good. So keep
that's
asking
what
for
I've seen
stuff.
over time.
But, it's not just about, it's not just about the asking the guides and team. It's also, you also have to take action too.
Correct.
You got
Yes.
to do both,
Yes.
both, you know, don't just be
Yep.
waiting for years for your guides to do something for you. Okay,
Well, I
that's
tell
my
all
little
the
soapbox.
yeah, I tell all the beautiful single women the same thing. You can't sit on the couch. You know, you got to get
Yeah.
out there and be introduced and go to parties and whatnot. If you sit on the couch, the odds of the FedEx guy or the mailman saying, "Where have you been all my life?" are pretty slim, right? So you got to get out there and
Yeah.
have some interaction for sure. You got to raise your hand in the back of the room and go, "Pick me, choose me. Let's get to stepping and do this," right?
Yeah.
So definitely,
So
definitely.
speaking of that, let's take some questions from people. So Linda Schultz, do you want to unmute yourself? Linda Schultz, you have your hand raised. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Linda. I can't do it for you. I wish I could.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. Yep. Perfect.
Oh, great. I can't believe I was chosen and first. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, go ahead. Lucky you.
This is amazing, right?
Everybody else, please keep yourself muted. Everybody else, thank you. Go ahead, Linda.
Well, you know, I wasn't sure what this meeting was about, but I have followed Jimmy Mack on and off recently, and I'm just absolutely amazed at what he does. And recently, I've been trying for years now to get back, you know, my mojo back, and I did it by myself finally. So this really doesn't have a question to do about money or abundance. So I think I'm out of place here. I was just wondering if he could...
Well, you got to have something, Linda. Go for it.
Well, no, I was wondering if he could help me with clearing the problems in my eyes.
Sure, I love eyes. I have good luck with eyes, Linda. That's awesome. Yeah. You want to stand up? You want to stand up? You can face due north. And for folks that know how to muscle test with their fingers, that's great. If you got a pendulum, we'll play with that. Right now, we're going to have Linda stand up. Facing due north makes about a 30% difference in the pulls, so I do like that. But if you're standing there now, Linda, just go ahead and say, "My name is Linda." You should feel the pull forward.
My name is Linda. Okay.
Excellent. If you say, "My name's Nemo the fish," it's going to pull you backwards.
My name is Nemo the fish. Yes. I mean, no.
Excellent. Yeah. So we at least know that's not true, right? Love it. So eyes are very interesting. Before I start on all that road, what do you have going on with your eyes? What have the eye doctors said?
Oh, okay. I've had eye surgery. I've had a retina surgery, which you know, I'm thankful for, but in a way, it's kind of clouding my perception with my left eye, because now I have a cataract.
Yes.
And so it's just hard to focus on things, and it's just kind of getting in the way of things.
Sure. Well, let's say this: my eyes are weak, and see if you go forward, back, or in between. My eyes are weak.
My eyes are weak. Yes.
Yeah. So all I'm doing is tracing the fish. That's on the sales offer today, and on my face there, my ad, and I'm tracing it from the bottom left and just releasing that weakness. And it's going to pull you back when it releases. You'll feel the wave.
Okay. Yeah.
There you go. So we're taking out that weakness. And of course, then I would jump to my eyes are strong. My vision and my eyes are strong, forward, back, or in between. And how does that feel?
Yes.
Going forward?
Yes.
Awesome.
Excellent. Yeah. And a lot of times it'll happen twice. And people always ask me, why is it doing it twice? And it's like, well, you got two eyes. And a lot of times we'll hit it and it does it exactly that fast. I'd go ahead with your retinas and go into that and say your retinas now are strong and clear. See if you go forward, back, or in between.
Whoops, I went a little back.
Yeah, I get that too, especially with that left eye, regardless of that. So all we're going to do is release that as well. And all I'm doing is tracing the fish, the bottom left of the tail, slowly to the middle, back of the fish, face, underbelly, and I wind up in the top left corner. And I just released all that weakness on the retinas, and then it's going to pull you forward and shift it. And you'll feel it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yay.
There you go.
There
you go.
Oh,
yeah, and I've had great luck with eyes, and we could play with that all day. And I purposely don't want to memorize the neck or the spine or the cervical or the eye pieces, because I go through the image of the eye each time for clients, and we'll find each little name of each little piece of the eye and find the weakness in that, and then strengthen it too. And that makes a big difference as well. So we're glad you called in and played with us today, regardless about money or eyes or whatever you got. Yeah, thanks, Linda.
Thank you so much.
Great, thank you, Linda.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Yay, awesome. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and mute you, Linda. Cool. All right, next we're gonna go to Jan Collins. Do you want to unmute yourself?
Yes, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Yes, I could use some help. I have lots of worries about money. We didn't have adequate money when I was growing up, and my mother had a lot of responsibility helping to keep the finances going in the family. So money was a struggle, of course. In that generation that grew up, my parents were greatly affected by the Depression. So I think I have a lack mentality. Sometimes I spend compulsively, especially when I have anxiety. It's kind of a reliever. And I was in a toxic work environment, so it was too stressful. So I had to retire, and I wanted to work for several years. So I want to get back in the workforce. So I have worries that if I have enough money for retirement, my retirement fund, of course, it has stocks, and everything's topsy-turvy with everything right now. And so I just kind of feel a sense of, because of all the chaos too, I just said, like, there's just a lack of control in my life right now.
Can you stand up, Jan?
Oh, sure.
Great. So stand up, face due north, and you really have a lot of poverty consciousness about all this. And if you just say, my name is Jan, you'll feel the pull forward. And it feels like a little wave that's pulling you forward when you say, my name is Jan.
Yes, I feel that.
You feeling it?
Yes. Can you hear me okay?
Now we can, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Okay. Yes, I feel it. Yes.
Okay. And if you say, my name is Freddie, it's going to pull you back to no.
Okay.
Okay. And then let's just own that poverty consciousness. Actually, it shows up more, instead of poverty, it's all lack. And you actually are afraid you're going to outlive your money. Does that make sense?
Yes, we have longevity.
Yeah, we can't hear you if you're facing away from your camera or your microphone.
Yeah, we have longevity, so I can easily live to 99, 100.
Nice.
Sure. Yeah, no, I get that part, but I'm saying on an unconscious level, that's how you feel. Like you're almost afraid you're going to outlive it, right?
Yeah.
And so we're just going to release all that for you right now. Resolve it, delete and erase it, disentangle it all out now. It's going to feel like somebody's pulling you back when it shifts, and we're doing it now. And it's releasing. and it's going to pull you backwards. And we'll say that she's learned all the lessons she needed to from it as yes. Being caught up in it still serves her as yes. And we're releasing that to a no. And now it's going to pull you back. How does it feel now, Jan?
Yeah, a lot better. I felt myself being pulled forward, but then I felt myself being pulled backward.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's as if we're going in and grabbing that computer brain overthinking file. And then when it pulls you backwards, we're deleting all that out. It seems to be a great analogy for people as far as the computers go. So we're deleting out those files, and especially all the past issues with the folks growing up through the Depression. I can relate to that. My mother grew up in the Depression. They were just dirt farmers, just, you know, just as down as they could get in the state, the Commonwealth of Virginia in the United States. And so, believe me, I get that. And she was like that as well. But it's important for you to not take that on, clearly, and to know that you feel safe now around it. You're certainly not going to outlive it all, and, you know, things will improve. Okay?
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you, Jan.
We're glad you asked the question. Yeah.
Yep.
The other thing I would say to all of this, just know this too, folks, if you are listening or watching now or in the future, if you have an issue with the eyes, just listen to the eye part again, because it's going to affect you in a good way as well. And the same with the money, poverty piece as well. If you recognize any of these traits with your family or anything that went on, just know that it can change for you as well.
Awesome. Good. So I'm going to go to Rihanna. Rihanna, if you want to unmute yourself, or should I just ask you a question she wrote in the chat? But if you want to unmute yourself, Rihanna, that'd be great. Right? Hello, Rihanna, if you can. If not, okay. If not, we'll just go with our question. If that's okay, Jimmy.
Sure.
So Rihanna says, would love some clearing with regards to money and abundance, please. For a long time, I have been struggling to get paying clients. I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah, she doesn't test weak on money, on the word money. It's so weird. And she doesn't test weak on client. She tests weak on abundance. So she actually has a weakness towards that word. And anybody that shows up now or in the future, money, clients, weakness of abundance, we're just going to release it, resolve it, delete and erase it, disentangle it all out now into the void. And we just changed it that fast for her, and that's bound to happen as well. And as far as getting clients, you know, you just got to get out there and keep raising your hand, you know, that regardless of your modality or whether you do cards or healings or whatever it is you do. You know, Laura and I stay out there all the time, and we're on Facebook and YouTube channels and shows, and you just got to really beat the bushes, you know, never stop. And when folks start out, I always tell them, hey, work on family, work on friends, work on anybody that'll let you work on them, even for free, regardless of if it's tarot reading cards or healings or whatever your magic is, it's okay. So just keep that in mind. And my mother shows up strong today, all day. She's been here hanging out. She passed middle of January this year. And she would say, you know, you can do it. Just get going, baby. That's what she used to say, you know. And so she's really reminding me of that, to say it to you. And, you know, that's huge. That you need to just stay out there and keep going. That's it.
Keep going. You can do it. And that's the thing, you know, even I was thinking today, it's like, oh, I need to do more. I'm not out there enough. So like, I need to do more. So
right.
But that's the thing. You have to be seen. You have to be visible. You have to put yourself out there, you know, so. Yes,
you really do. I call it raising your hand, the back of the room. And even today, we're going to make everyone the choice instead of the option. So instead of being the optional person out there doing healings or readings or whatever your game is, that's okay. We're going to take take it out of you being an option and download everyone here now or in the future to be that choice or that chosen. So that way, if people are looking at 3 different readers or healers or whatnot, they're always coming back to you. They may not know why, but we'll know why.
Yeah. Wow. Nice. Awesome. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. We're going to go to Diana. And so I'm just going to say, just really quickly for everybody, keep your stories short because we want to try and get to as many people as possible. Okay. So Diana, go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Hi, Jimmy. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm good. I'll keep it short. Clearing any ancestral clearing for pacts, alignments, agreements, thought forms regarding blocks in money.
Well, that's general.
Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. You don't even test weak to any of that, by the way. So you've done some work. So you really don't test weak to that. I'm just telling you now, whatever work you've done, you've done a lot of work. So you don't test weak to any of that. Yeah.
You're absolutely right. But I have one court case still pending and one that was resolved, but I didn't get my money. So this court thing is really, I guess
right,
that's
but
what I
that you
should
see
have
how, but you can imagine how much a different word track that is energetically then. And one of my best friends is a lawyer and he's litigator, and I deal with cases every day that we'll chat about or work on energetically for him. So that's a whole nother kettle of fish, but stand up, we'll rock it out.
All right, I'm standing. I called my name and due north.
Yeah, perfect then. So there's weakness in my legal case for recovering money. See if you go forward, back, or in between.
I went back.
Yeah, so there's only positive strength in this legal case for me recovering money.
I went
How
back.
about now?
I went back.
You went back. So we're going to change that to a yes. And I just changed it that fast. Now it's going to pull you forward.
Yep, I'm forward. Yep, that's right.
There you go.
Way forward.
Makes sense? Yeah. But you see how, you see how that's completely different than ancestral issues. Court stuff, its own mess. My CPA friend used to say, if you come to the courthouse looking for justice, you're in the wrong place. So that was always his joke, right? You know what a bunch of heartache all that is, right? And
that's right.
So my mother used to call my bestie the angry, bald-headed lawyer. So what does that tell you? Any horrible call I get, I go, oh my God, that sounds horrible. Here's somebody I want you to talk to. and it's just going to go from bad to worse for them, right? Because he's that guy. So
right.
So there you go. Yeah. So that's bound to help you. That's energetically reversing all that energy to be more in your favor. So keep us posted. Never say never. You might wind up getting that other money back too, by the way, somehow, some way, someday. Yeah. Just saying, wink, wink. Right. So you'll see. And I always say to the universe and spirit, show me and tell me beyond all knowing it could have only come from you. And so meaning if he lost whatever, 10, 50 grand, whatever it is, it's like, all right, you guys, figure out a way to make this up to me in a different way. Scratch off lottery, be okay. And an inheritance from my aunt I never met, whatever it is, right? It's like the universe is in this constant flux and flow of abundance and money. And so it's just raise your hand in the back of the room and get moving.
Right. Tap into that frequency.
Yes, that's what we're doing today. And you felt it today. So we switched it around for you. And that can only help you.
Yes. I'm still moving forward as you're talking.
Yeah, that's
so
okay.
So
yeah, that's because they're telling me that that's true. That's what's funny about it. So they're like little kids, So there you go.
Thank you, Jimmy. I'm so grateful for
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Allah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Diana. And I'm so glad she asked that question, or that you asked, or she commented about the court case, because otherwise we would have not known. And the thing is, it's like when it comes to, court cases or tax departments, or, like it's different energy than just, I don't have any money, or I don't have the abundance, or whatever, right? It's a different frequency, it's a different energy, and it's
completely different. I tell folks it's just like, checks are different, going to have a different energy than cash itself. Credit card's different than debit. PayPal is a whole nother kettle of fish, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so that's why when she first started talking, I'm like, no, none of that's it, because it all tested like that's not her issue.
Yeah.
So, you know, and then she jumped to the court stuff, totally different thing. And I tell folks too, you know, there's motorcycle, car, truck, 18-wheeler, you know, little airplanes and the space shuttle, right? Completely different words, completely different frequencies. And so you start playing and moving this stuff around, can only help her with a court case. But again, ancestral, as we'd said at the beginning of the show, nothing to do with it. Zero.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah. So
it's just the energy of the court case.
Yeah, so be open to that. Don't just get, put your mind on that, oh, it has to be this. No, you know, it could be something else.
Nope.
All right.
It could be something else, or it could be 5 different things.
Yeah.
So we never know until we get in there.
All right, we're gonna go to Angela. Angela, you want to unmute yourself?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you so much, Mr. Christopher Macklin. You're just a lifesaver. I cannot thank you enough for, you know, making this elite energy accessible for everyone. And it's very ethical and high quality. Thank you so much for not, you know, being arrogant and withholding this from the public. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're so funny you say that. I'm going to tell you a funny story. My closest friends have said to me, I don't know why you share so much with people. You give the farm away. And I go, no. That's because that's what I'm going to do all the way to the door. You know, I've already been there and back. Right. And they're always like, you tell everybody all the deepest secrets and you always give away. And it's like, no, shut up. You run your life and I'll run mine. Right. But this is, it's my pact with God, if you will, to, you know, show folks how to do this and to help them as much as I can. And all we care about is knocking down the negative, downloading more positive for you. So thank you for noticing that. I appreciate it. Yeah. What's going on with you that we could change and help you with today?
Yes, sir. Well, I'm getting some well, my family, they are Freemasons and Luciferians. So I have a lot of secret societies, you know, really holding my money back. And I just didn't know if you could help reverse some of that, because I really want to invest in the stock market, sir. And, you know, I don't want them to continuously think, you know, that I have to be a victim to this, because I've been victimized my whole life. I'm 28 now. So, you know, I really want to take my power back while this new Gaia timeline is coming in.
So just that you're speaking in those terms at 28 is miraculous in and of itself. So good for you. I don't get that from this moment on. I get that none of the Freemasonry stuff or any of that stuff is blocking you in any way. So just know that too. Yeah. But the stock market, with you and the stock market feels super weak. So here we're going to go even faster today. So I'm going to put the stock market up over your head. And if you'll stand up, face due north, you're going to feel it pull you back for weakness.
Oh, yes.
Okay. And so all it is you test weak to the stock market. So in this case, I'm going to go to the heavens, top left corner of the fish's tail, and slowly bring that in for you and reach to underbelly of the fish, face of the fish, back, and then cross my original line. And we're downloading that for you now. It's going to pull you forward when it shifts. And this is aligning you with the stock market and investing and having that probability of gain.
Oh,
and you'll feel it pull you forward when it comes in.
Oh my goodness. This is a miracle.
Well, you're sweet. Thank you. I'm glad you recognize these things, and just to be at 28 and figure it out now. I wish I was 28 and figured it out. You know.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But you paved the way. If it wasn't for you paving the way by being a rebel and a pioneer, I wouldn't even be able to touch the hem of your garment, sir. So thank you for being an ethical elite.
You're sweet. Wow. You're sweet. Thank you. Thanks for calling in today and talking to us too. We appreciate it very much.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. All right, we're gonna go to I don't know, maybe let's go to Dave Key. Dave Key, you want to unmute yourself?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Laura. and
Hello.
Jimmy. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Yes, I'm just looking at how can I be more open and receptive to financial abundance. And I'm not sure whether there's any oath of poverty in the past. I've also, when I reach the maximum in earnings, then I lose my job. At the moment, I'm on temporary employment. I'm not sure whether it's a lack mentality. So yeah, how could I attract
Yep.
abundance?
I don't get any of those things for you. Every word of
Oh.
which you just said, it tests weak
Great.
to no, by the way. I think it's just something you're going through right now, like the rest of the world, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And if I just run over some of the pieces, one of my favorite is good fortune. And you don't have that. So you want to stand up, face due north. We're going to give you some good fortune. Okay.
Thank you. Yes.
You bet. And I'm going to go really fast, and I'm just going to the heavens top left corner, and I'm tracing the fish, and it's going to feel like somebody's pushing you forward when it comes in, and I'm starting now.
Yeah.
There you go. And that's good fortune coming in for you. And I don't know where you're at, but I'm out of Florida in the United States. So how fast is that, right, for transition? And also anybody that...
She's in Europe.
Sure. I love it. And yeah, and you know, big jump across the pond, right? And so for anybody that feels like they don't even have enough good fortune, boom, we just gave it to them as well.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I feel like this is kind of a little time out for you. That's all this is. A lot of people are going through it. So it's not anything you're doing. And when I ask about the past or vows or anything, it's all weak to no, just not the case.
Okay.
But just having that good fortune piece is going to help you. I've had plenty of salespeople in my life and people that have worked different places, and out of the blue, if we do what we just did for you, days or a week or a month from now, you will get that promotion. You will get that one odd person will call you and go, hey, check with Freddie's company and they're hiring. And sure enough, you wind up there with double the money you were making before. And it's like, wow. And that's the hand of spirit and good fortune.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks.
You're welcome. We're glad you're calling in. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Devki.
Thank you.
All right. So we're going to go to, 1 second here. Maria. Not Debbie, Maria. Maria, you want to unmute yourself? There you go. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Let's keep it short and sweet.
Yep. Lack and opportunity and relationships. Something's going on. I don't know if it's lineage. It could be possibly still.
Okay. What is it regarding your relationship?
Yeah, just lack of like connections and finances, opportunity.
Yeah, you test weak for all that. You want to stand up, I'll strengthen it for you.
Thank you.
Yep, and you're going to stand up. If you're facing due north, it does make a difference. And all I'm going to do is go to the heavens and bring in and strengthen your area of relationship, if you will, romance, love, all of it now. And it's going to feel like somebody's pulling you forward when it comes in. I just changed it. And you'll feel a little wave pushing you forward.
She's smiling.
There you go. Feel it?
Yes.
Excellent. Yeah, and you definitely are weak in all that department. So we just strengthen all that. And, you know, they're reminding me it's kind of like feng shui. It's wind, water, and people that are experts at that, they go into a room and go, oh my gosh, I would change this here and put this over here. And that's us for you, bringing in more strength and breathing life into the relationship and to romance. Okay. And by the way, it's always intertwined with money too. So a lot of times it's very intertwined. It's very close. Sex, joy, money, all in that. that's really, really close in the rainbow colors, if you will. So there you go. Bound to help you.
Great. Thank you so much.
Good.
Thank you. We're glad you
Maria.
asked the question. It's different. We appreciate it. Thank you, Maria.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to go to, so Angela probably cannot unmute. So she asked a question in the chat, and she said, I'd like to clear any remaining karmic blocks around money and taxes.
When I ask, she has karmic blocks around money. It tests weak to no. And, but she is blocked as far as her creative side, they're saying. So I'm going to release all the blocks for her and everyone that's on the show or the call today. It may feel a block within their creative side. Here we go. I'm just tracing the fish, the bottom left of the tail, slowly to the middle, back of the fish, face, underbelly, across my original line. And when I get to the top left of that tail, it's as if I'm letting go of a balloon. And I just changed it, and I felt myself go forward on the creative piece for her and everyone now and in the future.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. So there was I missed a question in the chat from Beverly, and she says, I want clearing with debit and credit card debt. I want money in abundance to take care of my family and friends and myself.
Yeah, she definitely tests blocks on debit. It isn't debit, of course, because that's immediate, but credit card debt, she tests really strong on that. So we're going to release all that chaos, drama, mystery, intrigue, and upsets around that. And especially, they're saying it's almost an unmanageable debt in her head, at least. She believes, think, no. She doesn't believe, think, or know it. She feels that way. So we're releasing all that as well. And I just released it.
So, Beverly, is there anything else you wanted to add? Because I see that you're unmuted.
Yes, thank you. Also with romance, that would be great, because I heard that for the other caller.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to stand up?
Absolutely.
Okay, so face due north now. And you test strong for blocks with romance. So if I just put that over your head right now, I have blocks with romance. It's going to feel like somebody's pulling you forward. And all I'm going to do is release all those and resolve them, delete and erase them, disentangle them all out now. It's going to pull you straight back when that releases. You'll feel a wave. There it goes. Learned all the lessons she needed to from the blocks and romance. Yes, being caught up in it, though, still serves you, so we're going to release that as well. It's taken too long. There it goes. Now it'll pull you back. And that's not anything.
How are you doing, Beverly?
Yeah.
Is that connected with my weight gain as well? Because I was losing weight and then I gained some back. I was wondering if I was self-protecting.
Yeah, I don't get that you are. When I ask whether you're self-protecting that, it's no.
Okay.
So two separate events. What they immediately jump me to, though, is no white for you. So I wouldn't be having any white flour or white milk. People test either for almond or coconut. You test for good for coconut milk instead of cow's milk or dairy. And of course, instead of white flour, you test good for coconut flour instead of white sugar. I would be doing stevia or any other kind of natural sweetener if you can.
Okay.
And again, no white potatoes, but you can have yams, no white rice. But you test really strong for, believe it or not brown rice, but wild rice. That'd be okay. So isn't that different, unusual, right? So there you go.
Well, when you did the clearing too for the debt, I felt a tingling all over.
Love that. Yeah. Well, it's happening. You're just picking up on it.
Wild. Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah, those are triggers, and people see that all the time. And that was when you're IMing it in, right? So that's how you know beyond all knowing that we're doing the work, because you're actually feeling it. And whether you're the most psychic person on earth or you don't even believe in it, when you start getting those chills, things get a little more real, right?
Yeah, definitely.
There you
Well,
go.
I'm an empath, so I feel a lot of that.
You get it. Yeah, you get it. Love it. It's bound to help you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Good.
We're glad you called in and wrote in. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, we're going to go to Jennifer Green. You want to unmute yourself? If you can. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah, we can.
Okay. I have clients book, and then I end up sending money back to them.
Oh. So
okay, that was kind of wavy. That was kind of wavy to me. What is she saying?
So she has clients that book, but then she has to send money back to them.
Okay. Well, that's not going to work. So we're going to and that's after you've performed what your service is?
After
correct?
Or before, Jen? I know she's at work. Let me see if she's typing in. No. I don't know. I hope it's not after.
Yeah. You know, it feels like she is worthy of selling product or service for money at all, and exchange is no. And I'm going to change all those to yes.
Yes, please.
And it just changed to yes. Yeah. And there's been plenty of people I've sent them their money back before they ever got with me. So, but I don't have people asking for their money back, you know, after a session. So you want to really flip the script on that, or rewrite whatever your piece is on PayPal for whatever it is you do, or your website or what have you, you know, hey, once you paid, this is happening. And we don't offer refunds, right?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I can now.
It's, yeah, I accidentally muted it again. Like if I have group sessions or a one-on-one, and I'll give them the session, and then I feel like I wasn't good enough and I send money back.
Oh, well, that's you. Yeah, that's on
awful,
you.
Jen.
Yeah, I know it's on me, but I don't understand why.
Let's stop that. Yeah. No. So I've been doing this a really long time. So my biggest piece of advice for you to consider when you think of that is you're not giving any guarantees any more than I would for somebody with a physical ailment or a money issue or anything else, right? So you're exchanging your time. And so you have to come to terms with, I value my time and I value this exchange. And they're paying you for time. They're not paying you for results. I've got all kinds of disclaimers even on my site for things like that. You know, Jimmy's, you know, charges for time, not results. So I never know what I'm going to get. People come at me every day with 5 and 10 diseases, illnesses, disorders, you know, everything you could write down on a piece of paper, they already got it, right? And they're really late coming to me. But if they, the next week, sleep better, they haven't had migraines in 2 weeks after our first session together, I think that's well worth it, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Very much
so you've got to think of it as they are purchasing and getting together with you to pay for your time. That's it.
Okay.
So come to terms with that. Their outcome is their outcome. If you don't, you know, if something doesn't happen for them, or you don't think it was that good, they might think it was the greatest session ever, right? You don't know.
Yeah,
that's true.
There you go. But equate it to time more than outcome. That'll take you a lot further. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jen.
Bye.
Bye. I'm gonna kick her butt when I talk to her and on the next call that we have. I was gonna say the next call we have, I'm gonna kick her butt. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe she's doing that.
Well, you know, it's happened to me more than once, but I'll tell you what the odd caveats are. I'll have people that call me or they email me and they send money in. Let's say it's a pet healing. And, you know, the vet has already given them the 20-year-old dog and said, take it home. There's nothing we can do, right? It's not going to make it. And they're writing me 1,000-word emails and sending me 10 pictures of, Bobo, right? And it's like, no, I said, I can't get you in any sooner than that. In fact, I'm going to send you your money back and refer you to somebody else. And every time I've done that, they've written me back a day or two later. They go, Jimmy, thank you so much for that because Bobo passed last night, right? And it's like, come on, I'm not going to take your money if we don't spend the time together, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you've got to equate it to time. So make sure she knows that. Thanks for that.
Yes, I will be talking about that some more.
Hey, I got news for you. Here's the other thing that comes through immediately when you and I are talking about it. How much do the lawyers charge? Heavenly day, right? How much do the doctors charge? How much is a copay? Yeah, how about you go get a prescription and your copay, at least in the USA, might be, $30-40, right? And it's like, what? And then they're hitting our insurance for the other 40 or 80 or something silly. We've got a car dealership here in our town. I can't make this up. They have signs posted everywhere in the area where you take your car for service, and it says the minimum shop charge is $65. So if you say to them, hey, at least look at my car, tell me what's wrong with it, it's $65.
Exactly.
That's it. You don't get that money back. Ain't nobody giving that money back. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
So there you go. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go to Sarla in Sydney. Long time no see. It's early for you. You want to unmute yourself, Sarla? You have to unmute. You got to unmute your audio. We can see you, but we can't hear you.
Mute?
Yeah,
now
there you go.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
All right. I have written there already, but again, I asking Jimmy, could you please clear from whatever lesson I need to learn to have a life partner in my life, or I'm destined to not have a lone journey. So I don't know.
She wants a life partner.
All right. Life partner. Okay. Yeah, that test's weak right now. We're just going to take all the weakness out of it, and it's going to pull me forward when it shifts to yes. And there you go. So we're asking for that to be more open. And of course, heart. Your heart is open to receiving love is no. And we're changing that to a yes real quick. And that's bound to help you. And of course, you got to get out there in the mix and, see people, go to every barbecue, go to every event you can.
Yes.
You never know who you're going to bump into, right?
Yeah. I understand.
Good. Awesome. Well, good luck.
Can I ask one thing? Do you find any connection between my problem with my digestive system and with my father? There is any connection, something, father might passed away a long time, but he has similar problem with digestive system. Am I carrying something from him?
So the digestive system, when I ask highest and best to take more probiotics is no, but you do test strong on digestive enzymes. So as we age, I tell people we've got a blender in our stomach, but over time, what happens is the blender slows down and it actually slings a blade, and so there's less going on. So we do need these chemicals over time so that we can digest food better. Make sense?
Yeah, I'm taking Jimmy all digestive thing, protein and that. I am using that.
But he didn't say protein.
But I don't think you're taking enough. I think you need to take about 3 with every meal of whatever it is you take now. You need like 3 of those with every. And I don't mean a smoothie drink, but if you sit down and have a real meal, you could take 3 or 4 of those digestive enzymes. Okay.
All right.
So
thanks for writing in. Yeah, calling in.
Thank you.
The main thing, though, Sarla, was digestive enzymes. Okay.
All right. Yes, I am taking it, but Jimmy is saying I need to take more. Yes. Thank you.
Awesome.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's how it tests now.
Good to see you, Sarla.
Yes, good to see Jimmy and you both.
You bet.
We're We're going to take one more.
Just one more thing I need to ask Jimmy, direct this question.
Well, you're
Jimmy,
on the fourth thing, honey, so it's up to her.
can I ask something, Jimmy? Because email, I can't understand what is talking to me. So I need to clear face to face now. Is it possible?
What is it?
Not any
Darla?
problem with my problem, nothing to do with me. Sometimes, Jimmy, you return my money when I have book appointment. Can you tell me the reason for that? I don't understand.
Well, I'll say that it's hard to understand you right now. And we're on a live show where people are calling in with one question and you're on your fourth.
All right, thank you. All right, forgive me.
You're welcome. No worries. No worries. I just want to give everybody an opportunity.
Yes, you are very right.
All right, thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Thank you, both of you.
You're welcome. All right, we're going to go to Debbie. Debbie, you want to unmute yourself?
Hi.
Hi, Debbie.
So, yeah, about 6 years ago, became disabled. I'm a registered nurse, so I haven't been able to work, living off disability. And fund money has been tight. I took a part-time job just to make ends meet. But it seems that every time I get ahead, a little bit ahead, the money, there's always something that comes up. I have a lot of credit cards from the disability. Is there any way I can help myself to get through this?
Yeah, I'm fine with you doing, having something to do, and the part-time piece test really strong. I certainly would do more of that. You test as one of those people, the belief structure would be, my income exceeds my expenses and my debts is no, it's weak for you. So it almost feels like we're forever chasing the rabbit around the ring, if that makes sense. So I'm going to release that right. Yeah. And so you understand what I'm saying. You almost think you're going to outlive your money, that kind of thing. So I'm going to release that right now, resolve it, delete and erase it, disentangle it all out now into the void. And it's pulling me backwards to signify that that's been released. So, every day, I always end my particular show with, may the best of your life, rest of your life be the best of your life, and make progress every day. So regardless of disability, regardless of money, regardless of what's going on, you still got to get up every day and get after it.
Absolutely.
Makes sense?
Yes.
Yeah. And even if you didn't, I'm telling you that'll make a difference. Just you getting up and getting fired up and some momentum is going to go a long way to help you out.
Yes, I have COVID right now, so I'll have to work on that after that's done.
Oh, you actually have COVID right now?
I do.
Okay. So, yeah, so we're going to release all that too. Clearly you're asymptomatic or you wouldn't be calling us on the phone. So
yeah,
that's
mild.
A good thing, right?
Yeah,
it's mild. Okay, got it. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm just seeing that release. Yeah. And I feel like you're on the back end of that too, by the way. This isn't new. Yeah, you're almost there, by the way. So
yeah, good.
You're going to be feeling a whole lot better in 1, 2, 3 more days, even 72 hours will be a game changer for you. Okay.
To work. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yes, you're welcome. Thanks for calling in. Right then.
Thank you. All right.
Awesome. Bye-bye. Thank you. All right. So I want to take a few minutes, Jimmy, and talk about the special offer that you have for our community this time around. So for those of you who are on the live page, you can just click on special offer. Those of you who are not, you can go to alara.at/show/Jimmy10. 1 second here, Jimmy. All right. So got it. Okay, good.
Oh, I'm looking at it. Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
And Sandy has really put together a package for your folks. That's for sure. So
yep, it's great.
Yep. So anybody, if you're there, item 1 is an MP3. It includes a PDF as well. And that's My Belief Works. It's clearing negative and dark energies. This is really paramount for this time right now. Like we said earlier, Mercury retrograde, full moons, Halloween. I mean, there's a lot of dark energy out there circulating around. There just is. It's just something we got to deal with. So this is going to release all that. And it's over half an hour long. I think there's about 100 clearings in it. And all you do is listen to it. There's nothing you have to drastically do or stand on your head or, repeat this, that, or the other thing. We took all the guesswork out of it for you, and it's going. Second one is My Belief Works. It's the gold coin. This has been one of our most popular financial pieces, and it's creating financial increases in all forms. And we talked about that earlier on the show, of course. And like we said, there's difference in frequency between cash and checks, credit and debit card. All those are just slightly different. And so you actually want to have that increase in flow regardless of source. Item 3 is My Switch Works for turning on your abundant switches. This is a 30-minute video of me doing it for you. And this is really going to help folks financially. And again, several callers today, they tested weak on abundance. So you can see how important it is. It's hugely important, just that word. And item 4, again, is the Switch Works for turning on your unlimited luck switches. And again, huge difference here. People sometimes they just think, they shake their fist at God, they got bad luck, that kind of thing. And so we really want to turn that on and switch it back the other way. And it looks like a light switch when you watch me do it on video. Item 5 is the digital PDF and Kindle ebook. It's called the Tackle Box. That's Sandy's favorite. It's got a little bit of everything in it. You know, I tell folks if you can read at the 9th grade level, then you're okay with me, because that's about how it's written. It's very simple, very basic. I don't throw physics all in the books or anything like that. I could, but you know, you want it to be simple and translatable, and you want it to be actionable too. Bonus 1 is Mystical Magical Prayers for Prosperity. It's also an MP3, and that's really, really good as far as the prayer goes. It will really help you if you even play it in the background. I tell folks listen to it a couple different times, but then you can play it low. You could actually shuffle all these things on the low in the background. And bonus 2 is My Liquid Fish, Change Made Simple. It's a starter kit, and it's got a little bit of everything in it. Audio, video, you know, affirmation style pieces. And so that's really going to help you too, because we actually go through that interview step by step on what I did today. There is a special upgrade on this particular package. After your package purchase, you will have the opportunity to book a 15-minute session one-on-one, and that's an additional $33. That's 20% off our regular rate. The whole package is $97. You can do the 2-payment process at checkout. Keep in mind, I always have people, Laura, that it's so funny, they'll call, they'll email, they'll write me, they text me, and they go, Jimmy, can I get that package? I know it's not on her show anymore or whatever. And I go, yeah, it's $458. You can order it right off the website, right? Say, oh, but it was only 90, so it was less than 100 before. I go, yeah, that's when we custom set up a URL with only these things in it. So if you thought there was no better time than right now to get this, today's the day, folks. It can only help you. And if you've been banging your head into the wall over COVID, employment, being passed over for that raise, or skipping job to job, or maybe your spouse or loved one is out of work, this is for you. It's $100. It's not $1,000. So well worth it. There's hours and hours of product here. It's going to take you some time to even get through it. And I tell folks, listen to it when you can. Maybe listen or watch one a day. That's it. And it's really profound, and it will help you.
So I just wanted to reiterate, because Sandy wanted this to be really clear for everybody, that the special upgrade for the 15-minute private session is after you purchase the package for $97. Okay, so we've made it as crystal clear as we can, but she wanted you to know
as we can.
that 15-minute session is not included. It is something you can upgrade to after you make your purchase. Okay, just so you all know.
Perfect. I'll let her know you said that. She'll probably listen to the replay though. She'll know.
Oh, good. All right. So again, all of that is available at alara.at/show/Jimmy10, and there is a 2-payment plan option available if you so choose. But definitely, if you are, challenged with money, finances, lack, maybe this can help you. I mean, already on the call, we've done so many, or Jimmy has done so many clearings around money, lack, good luck, fortune, etc., that will help you. So please do take a look at it and, invest in your future, invest in your money flows, invest in your abundance, and
Yeah.
right. So Jimmy, do they have to, or should they listen to the recordings over and over again, or how does that work?
I tell folks, a couple, 3 times are fine. You don't have to sit there and pound that out every single day.
Mm-hmm.
We've played with this so much and for so long, we have really taken the guesswork out of it for folks. So in other words, after you've listened to it a couple times, you don't have to just sit there and listen to every little word and hang with it every day. What is weird and so funny and unusual is it will not work on mute. We tried it 57 ways to Sunday. It has to be audible. So even if it's audible in the room and you can't hear it, but it's on low, it still waves through the whole room. Right. And we've measured it and messed with it, and kind of poked the bear in the cave, right? I'm that guy that if you go, there's a bear in the cave, it's like, I want to make sure it's not a mountain lion, right?
Yeah.
So we sat there and played with this thing so much until y'all would just, be cracking up laughing at all the things we did. But if you have it on low, listen to it a day or two. And then all after that, you can play it on low. You could shuffle all these pieces. It's just going to annihilate anything that's blocking your money. It just will. It's just been amazing for folks.
Good. That's what we want to hear. So awesome. Thank you. So please do, again, take a look at that. So Jimmy, do you have time for just a few more quick questions or no?
Sure. Grab them, please. Yeah.
All right. So I hope I say your name properly. I'm not sure. Liga? I'm not sure. She said, I went to consult or had a consultation to find out about getting a full set of teeth implants, and the cost is too much, even if I take an unsecured personal loan. Oh, Liga, you're unmuted. Good.
Yes, I am. Thank you so much for taking my question.
Sure.
And
hopefully I'm saying
full
your
of
name
gratitude
right.
for this show.
Awesome. So Jimmy, is there anything you can do to help Liga?
Yeah, I don't have much money.
Okay. So where do you live? What state?
I live in Garden Grove in Orange County.
Okay, you're talking about LA.
Yes. Oh, Los Angeles.
Okay.
Sorry.
Right. Got it. Okay. Yeah, I'm in Florida, but I know what you're saying. So, as far as all that goes, I mean, they've come down a lot. I had a client the other day, I think she's paid about $30,000 to do, upper and lower. I've seen them go as high as $100,000. I've had clients in the Tampa Bay area of Florida paying, $100,000, but I don't buy that. I think that there's possibilities that you can have things replaced or do whatever else you got to do as far as the dentist goes. I mean, if you don't have a lot of money, I'd certainly be looking at LA County and talking to some of those folks. But short of that, that's what I would do. I'd find the least expensive way to go. I think it's insane to pay 50, 100 grand for that. That's just, at 50 grand, it's
that's
probably, it's probably 47 grand too much, right?
Right.
Like,
I'm still doing research.
Sure. Yeah. And so I would also encourage you to get a hold of the county there also and find out who they send folks to, because they would also do something for you on a sliding scale. This happened when my mother had to have work done. And so believe me, she wound up, with Medicaid and everything else. But even then at the dental piece, we had to do sliding scale or put down, we had no money for her, that sort of thing. So I feel like you're at the beginning of this, you're not at the end.
Yes.
And I feel like you're going to find, some other way to get this resolved. So just know that. And you got to be relentless. You really do, so it's your issue. They're your teeth, but it can be resolved. I think you're going to get better word in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. So I know things are kind of shut down and weird around there right now. But in the next 5 days, I certainly would wait till next week to start, calling or waiting places with my mask on, right?
Right.
But I feel like next week's going to be a whole lot different than right now. Again, you said throughout the show, if you need to laugh, it's like it's Mercury retrograde, it's full moon, it's Halloween. It's like the worst time to go, professionally have something done, right? So, but by next week, 5 days into next week, or 5 days from now, what does that make it? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. By Tuesday, things are going to shift for you, almost like full
for the whole
circle.
country.
Correct. Yeah. And for you too, especially for the teeth piece.
Thank you.
Awesome.
You're welcome. I'm glad you called in and wrote in. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm so grateful. I'm very new at this, so I don't have all the words, but I certainly have.
Well, you'll have fun. You'll find it interesting. I don't know what, Laura and I don't know what regular folks do. They take Sparky to the vet and go bowling. I don't know. You know, this is so much more fun and mystical, magical, cool, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, wow. So there you go.
Wow.
Awesome. So good luck with that, Lika. Let us know how it goes, okay? Yeah.
Thank you for taking
Yes,
my
please
question.
do. Right back in anytime. Let us know.
Okay, will
Good.
do.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So Cindy was asking, Cindy says, I would love a clearing on all kinds of debt.
All kinds of debt. She needs a clearing on all kinds of debt. Not really. She feels like she does. And so we're going to release all that right now. And so for anybody that feels like they need a clearing on all kinds of debt, whether they do or do not, I'm going to release it all now. And all I'm doing is tracing the fish, release it, resolve it, delete and erase it, disentangle all those blocks out now. Thank you. And I say words, and you could say different words every time. All you need to do, though, is trace the fish in one direction or the other. But I say words because it's a live show.
Yeah.
And I say different things all the time. And I've had what my mother calls the terribly wealthy and terribly famous movie stars. And they're so funny because they go, Jimmy, I want to say it just like you. And I'm like, yeah, that's because you're used to memorizing lines, right? It's like, no, no, no. If you say it just like me, you'll be saying it different every single day. So
yeah, that's true.
Think of it more as ad-libbing it and making it your own.
Good. So Cindy says, thank you. That felt wonderful. Awesome. Odile, I'm not sure if Odile is still here, but she would love a clearing on self-sabotage around creating money.
Yeah, Odile, self-sabotage around creating money. She's got that. She's spot on with that. So I'm going to trace the fish now from the bottom left, release it, resolve it, delete and erase it, disentangle it all out now into the void. Going to pull me straight back when it releases. It's already going, and that's going to be an ongoing process, they're saying, over the next 1, 2, 3 days. So the next 72 hours is going to feel weird and different to her, but in a good way.
Good. Awesome. Yeah. And Susanna is asking, difficulties finding solid long-term partner, also with money ups and downs. Money comes in and stops for a period of time, and then it comes in again, and same thing with relationships.
Yeah. And so we always, I saw my dear mentor and friend at LA Fitness the other day, and I said to him, Lou, how are you doing? He said, I'm doing great. And if there anything is wrong, I'm running for the mirror. And I thought that was so funny. He has to always speak in parables, you know? And so really this starts with her as far as all that goes. And it also, when I hear all that, it's money, relationships, all that, and it's, I can retain what is good for me. And it's no, it about pulls me backwards on the bed, and all I'm doing is sitting on the bed with my eyes closed. So we're going to change that. And all that good comes to me is no. And I'm going to go to the heavens, and I'm tracing the fish to bring it in for her. And everyone that ever hears the sound of my voice on this show now or in the future. And now it's pulling me forward to yes.
Yes.
Ooh, that was big.
Yeah, awesome. Good. Thank you.
Yeah,
wow.
Of course.
Ooh, yeah, I'm getting all cold now with that one for some reason.
Yeah, people get hot and cold and different weird sensations when we're doing it. So it's very unusual, but you'll get those triggers, but they're completely normal.
Dada's asking, I would love to release any holdups, abundance and financial too. Holdups with money and abundance, I guess. I make money enough to live on, but not much saving I can do with what I make. I can do with what I make. I understand many have no job, and I'm fortunate to have one, but I would love to explore more. Of course, why not?
Yeah, and when it comes to that, when I say it's safe and comfortable for them to have more, it's weak to know. So all I'm doing is going to the heavens and tracing the fish and strengthening that. And now it's strong. And of all the weakest pieces of that, by the way, is the savings. And so they don't feel that they're capable of saving as no. And I'm changing that to a yes. And it just changed. So that's going to help them more than anything else. And I want to do for her and for everyone, including you and me, of course, that my money greatly exceeds my expenses and my debts. And for more than one person right now, that's weak, and I'm strengthening it to yes.
Awesome.
And I'm just changed it. Yeah. See, you went from cold to hot that fast. Isn't that funny? Gosh.
Neo. We're still doing the show, Neo.
I love it.
Neo wants to play now. He's like, Mommy, I want to play. All right. That was great. Thank you. Thank you, Dada, for asking that. Neo.
That's okay. The animals are very sensitive to all this, and they're picking up on you going from cold to hot. Yeah, it happens all the time.
And Daddy's cooking, so he smells the cooking. You know, he's like, I want some of that. All right, so Diana's asking, do you have any suggestions for athlete's foot?
Oh, wow. Yeah. You know, I'm going to do a video one day about how much healing there is at the dollar store. So we have Dollar Tree all over the U.S., and they're just little $1 places. All their products are $1. So she tests strong for whatever the little component is for that. It's a $1 tube is all it is. And they're just reminding me, too, you got to be really vigilant about that. She needs it applied like twice a day. They're showing me the powder, and she actually tests weak for the powder, but the lotion tests strong for her. And whenever you go in the shower, anything else, you definitely want to wear, you know, flip-flops, that sort of thing. Maybe bleach out the shower. If you're going to a gym of any kind, then you certainly want to be wearing water shoes or flip-flops throughout the shower.
Yeah, for sure. Got it. She says,
Yeah.
Angela's asking, Angela, or anybody, why do you ask this question? But Angela's asking, can this process be done for family members who are not aware?
Yeah, to me, they can. You know, I did years of theta healing, and they wanted to ask for permission for every little change. And are you okay with that, Alara? But if I change that for you, and it's like, oh my gosh, you know, it just takes too long, right? And then I took Richard Bartlett's work in matrix energetics, and he would say, if you see a car accident, somebody's laid out on the sidewalk, you don't go revive them and go, do you mind if I pray for you?
Yeah.
So certainly if you want to, I have people every day of my life that we will work through them, let's say as an adult, to work on their minor child, whether it's boy, girl, whatever. And so we can make that jump all day long. And yeah, if you learn this work, you can work on them, no problem. So, and again, at the end of the day, it's supercharged, turbocharged prayer. That's what I'm doing.
And she's asking for someone in rehab, and specifically around addictions and violence, I guess. So, or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a lot of experience with the addiction piece, and you know, we even did an audio MP3 on that. I've even worked with some addiction professionals that are, you know, have their own TV shows and everything else. So. Yeah, all that can be changed. All that can be improved.
Awesome. Good. So, cool. But I just like, you know, for me, you know, when somebody asks a question like that, it's like, you know, for me, it's like, well, that person's on their own journey, you know? So me, like, I don't want to impose my ideas or my choices on them. I will send blessings and unconditional love, right? Absolutely. For anybody and everybody, that's fine. But I don't want to make, you know, I don't want to, force them into something that they don't want, right?
And I agree with you wholeheartedly, but here's the caveats to that. I would be praying and creating change around the fact that they'll be safe where they are, and that they can be on their best behavior, that sort of thing, and not acting out or, you know, getting in harm's way, and that they're on board for the program. Because if they're already there and they're going to be there for a while, right? I just want their highest and best version of themselves to step up and accept the program and create some change. And that's it.
Yeah.
So,
and so
makes
that's,
sense. You and I, I'm kind of running to the edge and looking over, but I'm not going to, you know, mess with their karma. I'm not going to make them, you know, become a drug counselor if they're in rehab. That's ridiculous, right? So within reason, we're asking for the best to show up for that person. That's all.
Absolutely. And I think that's the biggest thing, right? So,
absolutely.
You know, what is for their highest and best according to them, you know, not according to us,
Correct.
but according to them. All right. So hopefully that makes sense. Angela, thank you for asking. Yes, Dada says, great explanation, Jimmy. Many can use help. Yeah. They also have to be willing to receive it.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you got to be open and receptive to all this. And it's like the woman in LA, you know, was new to all this, but hey, at least she's making the effort, calling in and watching your show and, you know, going from there. You got nothing to lose.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Any last, anything else you'd like to share, Jimmy? I know
yeah, I would just say that, you know, I want to give folks hope and hold out hope for them. So no matter it's a financial issue, your eyes, your teeth, your loved one, or you're looking for relationships or whatever you got going on, just know that these things can change. I find over time that things are very cyclic, you know, and you and I can be down one day and a week later we're on top of the world. And that's just, I tell folks, it's kind of like the lava lamp, looking at those lava lamps and that's moving. Or if we lay on the hill and we watch the clouds dance in the sky, there's movement in everything. There's movement in your blood sugar, your you know, blood pressure, it's just your whole life. And so as fast as you might have got into something horrible, just know that you can get out of it and things can improve. And that's why we're doing what we do. That's what you and I do. And we're just the lighthouse out there to try and help folks all we can. So know that. And I would say to everybody, the rest of your life can be the best of your life and make progress every day.
Absolutely. Beautiful. Thank you. And, you know,
Thank
you're such a wonderful guest to have on the show. It's like, I always have so much fun. I don't have to like really do anything. And then it's like, you know, it's light but there's so much change happens on the show.
Yeah. Oh, it's a whirlwind. It is.
Exactly. But I love it. It's wonderful. You know,
well, you're great at running it too. Yeah. You're great at running it and, you know, you've got a feel for it all. So you're easy breezy, fun to work with. So we appreciate that too. So thank you for doing all you do and getting the word out there for all these healers and people that are, you know, earth changers right now, because we need all we can get, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing. We all can serve in some way. You know, we can all send blessings and unconditional love and prayers all the time. That is also going to help everybody as well. So, you know, highest and best for everyone. So right now we all need that because, you know, I was saying earlier, Europe is going back into lockdown. We've already started. So, you know, it's like it's gonna be a fun couple of weeks or month or two.
Months, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
So keep sending out your light, share your light. You know, we need all of us right now, right? So thank you so much, Jimmy, for all you do. And thank you to Sandy as well. She does so much as well. So I don't think she gets as much recognition, but thank you. All right, everyone, until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all much love and blessings always. Bye for now.
Bye for now.